And about the same amount of minutes. You know, he actually probably played 1 or 2 more minutes than we anticipated. He wanted to stay in. But I think that'll be it for a while, you know, between 16 and 18 minutes.
You know, crowds are going to welcome anybody back.
Yeah.
They seem to latch on to him.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, you know, listen, there's people in the crowd that work hard every day, blue collar, and Perk identifies with all those people. You know, not all you finesse people in here. I mean, Perk. Yeah, but really, you know that. I mean, Perk is if you're a guy that you know works 9 to 5, you gotta love Perk because that's who he is.
Did you struggle with the day? On which day you were going to bring him back?
No, not really. I mean, I honestly thought it would be when we came back from the trip. It was funny how 24 hours work. Yesterday morning when I talked to Eddie, because right now Eddie has to give me an injury report every morning, which has never been done, but that's what we're doing right now. And that was yesterday because he has to tell you who's going to practice. You know, I just asked him, I said, so what do you think, Perk? He said, I think when we come back from the West Coast trip. And you know, then Perk had a great practice, and you know, Dr. McKeon and Eddie came up and said, let's change what I told you this morning. So it was, in that little time span, it changed. So.
What did you think of your new shooting guard?
Baby?
No, Rondell.
Oh, Rondo was great, even though he was, I don't know what he was, 1 or 2 at times. That's a great lineup, you know, honestly, for Nate, because Nate really doesn't have to handle the ball as much when Rondo's on the floor. You just need the other team to cooperate and play 2 small guards. You know, that's the only way you can do it. There's a couple of games on this trip that we may be able to do it if they continue, some of the teams are playing, to sub the way they've subbed.
You had Rondo playing off the ball a little bit too there in that lineup.
Yeah, I was just trying to give him some rest. And, you know, so that was more of that than anything.
It seemed there were a couple of times when perhaps in years past Perk might have registered a longer and louder complaint about things than he did, but particularly when the guy went over his back.
No, he was going to get a text soon, Bob.
But I mean, were you surprised, or has there been any conversation on this with regard to the new rules?
Well, see, I think because he started so late, he can't get to the number. so I think we're safe there because at the end of the day, Perk's going to be Perk. I mean, he almost ran after the guy at one time, and I was thinking, you got to be kidding me. Perk's back. That's the whole bench when he did it. Everybody on the bench started laughing, saying Perk's back. Yeah. So I'm thinking we have a cushion.